If they get along, we can all be friends.
It took one night, one try, hey.
What's up? My name is Sawyer. This is my YouTube channel, and hi. I have been waiting so incredibly long to be able to finally tell you guys this story, mostly because I've been waiting so incredibly long for me to be able to meet the boys to tell you guys this story. But anyways, I finally met Why Don't We? And I hope you have a little bit of time before you watch this video, because I have a feeling it's going to be a bit lengthy because I have a few pages of notes. It's a long story, and I'm gonna start from the beginning, from where I first discovered them and how I did. So many of you guys ask me how I discovered Why Don't We or who my lane is. One, I don't have a lane. I love all five boys equally, but my answer is always I knew of Daniel first, just because that's how I discovered them as a whole. My family has always watched American Idol, and when little 15-year-old Daniel CV was on there, we just loved him and we thought he was cool. I thought he was cool because he was somebody my age who was extremely talented. I followed him on Twitter shortly after that. I'm pretty sure he followed me quickly after the whole American Idol thing. Right around the same time, I discovered who Jonah was, and he followed me right after his song Next Ex-Girlfriend came out, just to give you a good little timeline of how long I've been here. With that being said, being an OG Limelight does not make you any more important than any other Limelights. Limelights all are important, no matter how long you've been a supporter. I just think it's really cool to me that I've been here since literally before the beginning, and these boys make me so proud every single day. And yeah, so this year was the first year that I was able to get the chance to go to any Why Don't We concerts as a whole. I hadn't been able to see them live before this year. So April 2nd, which was Daniel's birthday, I went to my first concert, and it was insanely cool. But this is also when I discovered that I have a problem when I go to events. I have a thing, a terrible, horrible, scary thing called anxiety. It's not very fun to deal with, and every time I go to an event, it gets really bad, and I literally end up getting physically sick. And that's happened at every single show I've been to other than the Dallas show for Christina's tour. I don't know how, because that was one of the most insane things that's ever happened to me. If you want to know the story time about that, when I met Christina Marie for the first time, aka Booty Chickie, if you guys know who she is, that's actually her poster right there. But if you want that story time, comment down below and I'll tell that too, because that's an awesome story as well. Back to the story. I saw Why Don't We for the second time this year, June 22nd in Tampa. And that was also amazing. Daniel and I low-key had like a moment, like he was jamming out on stage and I was like, yeah, go, and then he laughed at me, and I don't know, I just thought that was kind of cool. At this point, I have yet to meet them yet. It's been a goal, but it hasn't happened yet. Me being a YouTuber, I've always wondered this question, and that's if the boys had ever seen any of my videos before, because I know that they watch a bunch of reactions and that they love Dante. I mean, who doesn't love Dante? He's amazing. But I was always curious to know if they had ever seen any of my videos before, because that would be really, really, really freaking cool to know if they had ever seen any of my videos before. So I made a reaction to the acoustic version of 8 Letters, literally my favorite version, and I uploaded it at my friend's house, and then I get a message from a Corbyn Besson, and I'm like, okay, it's fake. It's obviously because a lot of Limelights put the boys' name as their Twitter names, and you think it's them, and you get all excited, and you go on Twitter, and you open it, and you find out it's not them. So then I went on Twitter, and I went on Corbyn's account, and I saw follows you. I was like, okay, that's new. That wasn't there before. So I clicked his DMs, and turns out he did DM me. He asked me what song was in my intro, which is the mashup made by Adam Music. Shout out to Adam, thank you for the intro. I love it. It's insanely good. It's insanely talented. You guys should go check out his end of the year mashup. He just uploaded it yesterday or the day before. It's insanely talented. Go check it out. And he finished his message off with "Vids are dope, by the way." And this was insanely cool to me because this was the first indication that I had that the boys knew who I was. And yes, Jonah and Daniel followed me pre this. But that also doesn't mean that they've seen my videos before. At this point in time, I didn't know if any of them had seen my videos before until Corbyn messaged me. Thank you, Corbyn. I really needed it because I have a problem with feeling proud of myself. I don't really understand why. It's just a weird thing. Sometimes it's weird and I kind of don't really feel important, and I mean, I know that I'm important because I everyone's important, but sometimes my brain's like, this is this and this is this, and yeah, do this thing where whenever somebody that I look up to, this is when Corbyn messaged me, and the date is October 6th. I printed it out because I look at those whenever I want to feel proud of myself. And I think if those cool people that you look up to think that you're cool, and those people that watch you and support you think you're cool, all of you guys, then you are cool. Like, it's just reminders, and it helps me stay in a good positive mindset because you guys, I'm so blessed to have all of you guys and all of the people that I look up to like know who I am, and that's insanely cool to me. So sorry to get deep for a second. But yes, so Corbyn's message, thank you, Corbyn, it really truly meant a lot to me. That was the first indicator that at least Corbyn had seen my videos before, and that was really cool to me. So once again, thank you if you watched this. So knowing that Corbyn had seen my videos before, I now had a new question in my head, and that is, when I finally meet the boys, are they gonna recognize me if they've seen my videos before? At this point, I hadn't met them yet, but I was gonna attempt to get Limelight for 8 Letters Atlanta show. Also, if you want to meet me, I'll be at the 8 Letters Atlanta show, so like if you see me, then come say hi, that'd be really cool. I literally had all my money saved up, sitting at the computer when Limelight went on sale, had a card ready, and the website crashed. I got really upset because I was excited. I was finally getting to meet the boys, and my mom had agreed, and it didn't work out. But that's okay. That's okay. If you're upset because you haven't met Why Don't We yet, or anybody in that matter, you will meet them. I promise. Just don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep going. Yeah. But that ended up with me not getting Limelight, and I was kind of sad. But I moved past it, and then shortly after that, they announced that they were going on a book tour. So while I was at work, they announced they were doing a book tour, and I pulled up the website as fast as possible and found out that the closest one to me, since I live in Alabama, was in Plano, Texas. And then I knew it was going to be a stretch because I have to have my mom with me because I'm still a baby, but I knew that there was hope because I had went to Dallas to meet Christina the first time, and Plano was right beside Dallas, so I knew that I had a little bit of hope. I talked to my mom, and it took a little bit, but she ended up agreeing, and yeah, then plans were being made. Speaking of my mom, shout out to my mom, because she's like an OG fan too, but she's been a fan as long as I have, and she loves the boys just as much as I do, and she's insanely cool, and she has helped make all this happen for me. So thank you, Mom. If you'd like to check out her Instagram, it's right there, and she also has Twitter under the same name, I'm pretty sure. But go show Mama Knight some love because she loves all you guys too. Still speaking of my mom, she also does not like to drive in cities. I dropped my pen. She also does not like to drive in cities because of where I live. It's a small town and there's not that much traffic. There's not as much traffic as big cities, and she just doesn't like to drive in big cities. But my aunt, on the other hand, who drove us to Dallas the first time we went, is okay with driving in big cities. So we called her up and we said, hey, Aunt CJ, do you want to go to Dallas again? And she very, very quickly informed us that she would go again, and she ended up driving for us. So shout out to Aunt CJ yet again. At this point, the plan was made. We were going to Plano, and we had a whole plan. But there was something in the back of my mind, and that was my sickness from anxiety from every event I go to. And knowing me, knowing that I was finally going to meet the boys instead of just seeing them in concert, it would be elevated, and it worried me a lot. Something that took my mind off of it though was these hoodies. I know you've seen them on Twitter and possibly a few Instagram stories, but I'm getting there. Just hold up. So I had the idea, since Friends is one of my favorite songs on 8 Letters, it's a bop, okay? Just admit it, you know it is. And I put the lyric, let me know it's on and I'll bring my friends, and I put friends from the TV show, and I got my friend Tristan to draw the boys and put them on the couch from Friends, and I put each name on the sleeve. This is mine. So shout out to Tristan, and that was something to take my mind off of it and something for me to work on as a gift to give to the boys when I finally met them. Tristan, thank you for all the help with the hoodies, and yeah, I made 5 out of 5. All these hoodies, well actually I made 6. because I made myself one. You know, I had to make myself one. I saw a tweet the other day and it was talking about how Dante was the 6th member of Why Don't We? And then the same person said that I was the 7th member. So, you know, we're just one big happy family. We made all the hoodies, and then it's a couple days before, and 2 days before the event, I wake up sick as a dog, and I'm already thinking, is this my anxiety freaking me out 2 days before? Is it happening already? Is this what this is gonna be like? Oh, great. I wake up the next day, the day that we leave, because we left the day before the event, and I'm feeling fine. Still worried about it all, but fine. So we leave from where I live on Friday. We drive halfway to my aunt's house who lives in Louisiana, and then our plan is to wake up the next morning and drive the rest of the way to Texas, which is also on my mind because the event is first come first serve, and people have been waiting in line since 3 o'clock that morning. A lot of stress, but it's okay. So I wake up the day of the event, it's early as frick, and we get ready and we leave, and I wake up and I'm like, wow, I feel fine. Like I don't feel sick. And then I realize I spoke too soon, and a couple hours down the road we stop at a gas station and I get tremendously sick, and it's so much fun. So after we leave the gas station, I'm feeling okay a little bit, and then a couple more hours down the road and I end up getting sick again. And this time it's really bad. We actually stayed at this gas station for a couple of hours because I was in the bathroom crying. Yes, I'm a baby. I cry a lot. But I was thinking, wow, I made it this far. I'm pretty sure we were only an hour away from the event. I made it this far, and I'm telling myself that I wasn't gonna go because that's how bad it got. I literally was saying that I wasn't gonna go to the event because they gave out wristbands at 9:30 and the event doesn't even start until 11:30, and at this point I'm pretty sure it's like 7 o'clock or something around there, and that's a long time to be miserable and sick, and I was not feeling good at all. Ugh. So I was sad. I was telling myself that I wasn't gonna go, but I did have a few people like Caitlin and Sophia in my ear telling me that you need to go, you made it this far, you've waited so long to meet the boys, and you're right here, like you're gonna meet them, like you just go. So at this point, unfortunately, my mind is pretty made up and I'm not going, so I tell my mom that she can waste time at a store or something and we can go meet up with my friend Gabriel later because he lives in Texas, and that was the plan after the Why Don't We thing, to go meet Gabriel. So yeah, mom gives me this medicine for my stomach to hopefully help it feel better, and I take a nap, and then I wake up and we're at a store, we're at a Harley shop, and my mom is in the store, and my aunt, I'm pretty sure, was in the store too, and I wake up and I'm just not happy. So my mom's in the store and I'm talking to my friends Casey and Bryce, who are already at the event, and I'm telling them that I'm not gonna be able to come, and Casey's all like, I can go get you some medicine, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, it's not that kind of sickness, but thank you. Like, so shout out to Casey. And then Bryce is telling me that he really hopes that I end up feeling better and being able to come, and then he ends up telling me that his brother stood in line and was gonna get me a book signed since I wasn't gonna be able to go, which was really nice. So thank you, Bryce, and thank you, Casey. You guys are both amazing. And then I get a Percy, stop moving! Then I get a crazy idea and I'm like, yo, actually we're really close to the event, and I start feeling a lot better. I call my mom and I'm like, hey mom, like can we actually go to the event? I changed my mind and I actually do want to go. And she says, sure, yeah, fine, let's go. I'm talking to Casey and Bryce again, and I'm asking if they think that I'll be able to get in because they already let the people in and the wristbands were given out and all this stuff. And Bryce says to me that his brother could give me his wristband since he only stood in to get me the book, and that I could just come and he'd give me the wristband and I could get in. So once again, shout out to Bryce because that is how I got in. We drove to the event, ran right to it, and Bryce was there and he gave me the wristband and we walked in, and it was really cool. And this is when it kind of hit me like, holy frick, I'm here, I'm about to meet Why Don't We, I'm about to see them again for the 3rd time, I'm about to meet some of you guys because a lot of you guys were already telling me that you were there. I was just like, holy cow, like this is happening. I'm a huge fanboy if you can't tell at this point. So I get there and they come out and they sing 4 acoustic songs. It's Trust Fund Baby, Talk, a cover of Twist and Shout, and 8 Letters, which are all insanely cool. 8 Letters acoustic is still my favorite. It's just, have you heard it? If not, go listen to it. It is so good. But once the guys finish singing their 4 songs, they go off stage and then they tell people that they can get in line for the book signing, and they're setting that up. And then a bunch of you guys come up and you say hi to me, which is insanely cool. I'm so thankful for you all. 2018 was actually the first year that I was able to meet any of you guys, and it's happened so many times this year, and I'm so thankful to all of you guys who love and support me and watch my videos, and you have no idea how much you all mean to me, so thank you, and I love you all so much. It's just really cool to me that you guys want to meet me, so so we get in line for the book signing. They're setting it up on the stage, and it's not really much of a line, it's just kind of a group of people standing in one direction. I'm talking to Casey and Bryce while I'm in line, and Bryce comes up and says that he has to leave because there was an altercation with his book, and his friends had his, and something happened, but his dad was telling him that he had to leave. I felt really bad for him. So Bryce, if you're still watching this, thank you so much for the help, and thank you for being such a good friend and a good person, and you helped me get in, and thank you so much, and I'll make it up to you, I swear. So this event being in Dallas, knowing that this is Zach's hometown originally, and that a lot of his old friends and a lot of his family are there. Like, I saw Maida and Reese and Ryan and a bunch of his friends like Matthew and Chloe, and they're all so sweet, but I wasn't gonna bother them because I didn't know how they were about pictures and stuff, so I was just gonna let them chill, let them be. So I'm sitting in line talking to Casey. This man points at me, and I knew he looked familiar, but I could not think of who he was. Standing beside Miss Maida and Reese and Ryan, I don't know how I didn't realize who he was before this point. Maybe I'm just stupid, but anyway, he points at me, and I'm like, me? And he's all like, yeah, come here. So I'll get out of line, and I walk over to him, and he says, hi, I'm Josh, I'm Zach's dad, and I was telling Maida that I recognized you. We just wanted to say hi, and that we love your videos, and I was just like, holy cow, like, I was low-key freaking out. Like, that's so freaking cool. Like, Zach's family watches my videos, and then Ryan and Reese were right there, and I was like, you know what, like, can I get a picture with you guys? So I took a picture with them. It's right here. Thank you guys so much for saying hi to me. That really did mean a lot. Like it was one of the highlights of the day, so thank you so much for being so cool if you watch this. So we get back in line, and Casey's like, are you breathing? And I'm like, just barely. So we get closer and closer to the stage. So this is how it goes on the stage. The table is long ways, and the boys are sitting at it right here. Up the stage and go around behind them, and then cross in front, and then go down the front, and then back down the stairs again. So Casey's in front of me, and we get up close to him. I'm standing kind of beside Daniel, like he's over here, and Casey's in front of me, and she's talking to him, and she's showing them her tattoo, which is really cool. She got a tattoo of lyrics on it, and she was showing them to them, and the worker dude comes up, and he's like, okay, put your book down, and I'm like, whoa, like, that's I dropped my pen again. Whoa, that's kind of, like, I don't want to invade her time. Like, Casey's talking to Daniel, I don't want to be rude and put the book down in front of him. So I kind of just sit it down on the table and back off a little bit, and then let her have her time with Daniel and show them her tattoo and all that good stuff. She's done, like, she moves down the line to Corbyn, and I walk in front of Daniel, and he still hasn't looked up yet. And in my head, I'm like, okay, this is the moment of truth. Is Daniel gonna recognize me? Are any of them gonna recognize me? Is this, like, do they know who I am? Okay. So Daniel's signing my book, and then he still hasn't looked up yet, and then he looks up and he yells, Sawyer! They do know who I am. It's all like, Sawyer, dude, it's so good to meet you, bro. And then he's like, you inspire me. You freaking inspire me, man. And this catches Corbyn's attention, who looks up and says, my guy, you're looking fresh today, brother. It's kind of funny because you can still hear Daniel talking, like, while I was going down the line, because Daniel seemed to be very excited to see me, which was really cool because he's kind of how I discovered this band in the first place. And it's just really cool to me. Like, you guys have no idea how special it made me feel that they were this excited to meet me, and that they knew who I was from my face and my videos, and it just was really insane to me. So thank you. So Daniel says, Sawyer, I love you, bro. As I'm halfway down the line, and he yells that to me. So I say, I love you too. Like, I say that back. Corbyn says, keep doing your thing, bro. And then Jonah's third in line, and he says, yeah, Sawyer, I see you on Twitter all the time. And in my head, I'm just like freaking out. Like, it just keeps getting better and better. Like, they literally know who I am. That's insane. Like, somebody that I look up to. It's people that make insanely good music, and they're all so talented. And I look up to them all, even though Zach is younger than me. They know who you are. I was freaking out in my head. I was out of it. And then Tyler comes from behind the boys and says, hi, can I take a picture of that sweatshirt? And he points at it. So I stand up and I stretch it out so you can take a picture of it. He takes the picture of it, and then he put it on his Instagram story, which was really cool. So thank you, Tyler, for being cool. I walk over and Zach is already yelling, "Yo, I've seen your videos," and I'm freaking out. Like, it's insane. I look up and the worker's like, "You're done," and I'm like, what? And so I walk over to Jack and I either get a hug or a handshake. I was really out of it. I tried to get a hug from them all. Daniel stood up and hugged me like immediately when he recognized who I was, and my mom got a video of this, but you can't really see a lot of it because there was people in the way, but I'll show it after. And so Jack says, "See you, man," and then I'm escorted off the stage because I'm done. I take my book and I walk off the stage and I'm smiling from ear to ear. Now, one thing I do remember trying to get was a fist bump from all of them, because as basic as it is, a fist bump has always been special to me, just because I started it when my brother was in high school, and then it went on to when I met Walking Dead people, and anybody cool that I meet I try to get a fist bump from, just because it's like something special to me. I know it's really basic and probably a little cringy, but you know, it's special to me, so whatever. And I'm pretty sure I got it from at least all of them. So you weren't supposed to have your phones out. You were supposed to keep their phones in your pocket. And you couldn't have them out. You couldn't take any pictures from like up on the stage. But I set my phone to record so I could hear the audio, and here you guys go, so you can hear exactly how excited they were to see me, and it was insanely cool. So I told you the story before I narrated what you're gonna hear. Now you know what to listen for, so here's the audio. Enjoy.
Sawyer! Dude! So good to meet you, bro! My God! Sawyer Knight! How are you, man? Good to see you, bro. You inspired me. You freaking inspired me. You're looking fresh today, man. Yo, how's it going, man? I can't believe I just met you, man. Sawyer, yeah, dude, I see you on Twitter and stuff. Sawyer, I love you, bro. Keep doing your thing, bro. I gotta get love from you too when you're done. Hey, I got it. Thank you. That's like one of the coolest I've seen. How are you? Thank you. See you, man. Stay on the left side.
I'm smiling because I'm insanely happy, and I can't believe I just met them and I knew who I was, and they were that excited to see me, and I was just really happy. And so I walked over, and my mom walks up to me and she's like, "Hi, how did it go?" Because she was in the crowd and she took a video. So I matched up my audio, and this is her video, so I matched it up so you can kind of see how it is. Hope you can see a little bit.
Sawyer! Dude! So good to meet you, bro! My God! Sawyer Knight! How are you, man? Good to see you, bro. You inspired me. You freaking inspired me. You're looking fresh today.
Another one of you guys named Catherine got a video too, which was insane, so thank you. So here's her video.
Oh my God, how does he know him? Oh my God, I can get it. No. No. Bro. Thank you so much. I love you. I can't get it.
So I'm talking to my mom, and I kind of motion over to Mr. Josh, and I say, "Hi, can you come over here, because I want to introduce you guys to my mom." So Josh and Maida walk back over here, and these are Zach's parents, and they get to meet my mom, which was insanely cool. So they talked for just a little bit, and I took a picture of them. And then I was telling Josh that I made the boys hoodies just like mine, and I couldn't give them to him because I didn't know if it was like really strict or not, because I knew the event was actually pretty strict. Like, yeah, just give them to me, I'll make sure they get them. And so my mom and aunt take off and they go get them in the car, because we parked a good ways away. So they ran to the car to get the hoodies that we left in the car, because we didn't think we were going to be able to give them to them. And so Mr. Josh goes back, and I'm pretty sure he's talking to Matthew at this point, and a couple of you guys come up and say hi to me too, which made me feel pretty special. Like, Zach's parents are right here, and you guys are talking to me. Like, I don't know, it just made me feel really cool. I'm waiting on my mom and my aunt. The signing is over, and the boys walk by me, and they leave. And, a couple of people are waving and stuff, and Mr. Josh is still standing there. And then after a few minutes, he starts to walk away. And I kind of ran past the part where I wasn't supposed to. And I was like, Mr. Josh, please wait. Like, my mom's coming with the hoodies. Like, just please wait just a little bit. And he's like, oh, yeah, I forgot. It's all right. It's all good. I'm glad you reminded me. And so he's still standing there. And then my mom comes with the hoodies. And we give them to Mr. Josh. And they leave. And then we leave. And I go to my car, and my phone is blowing up. Tristan's texting me. She said, oh my god, look at this. And she sent me Tyler's story because I was on Tyler's story. And then she sent me Jonah's story because Jonah stole the picture from Tyler's story and then put it on his and then typed another caption. And the experience overall was just insane. I'm so thankful for these boys, and the way that they reacted when they saw me literally made me feel so special and so important. I don't know, it was just really cool. Thank you so much. Here's the book I had signed so you can see the signatures and stuff. They all have actually better signatures than me. Like, do you see that? Like, that's just cool. But yeah, so thank you guys for the amazing experience of finally getting to meet you. I love you all. You're so talented, and thank you for giving me an experience that I will never ever forget. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you'd like to check out my social medias, they're in the description below. My Instagram and Twitter are just Sawyer Knight, the same as my YouTube name, just no space. And I will see you guys soon. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog and the story time, and I hope it made you as excited as I was. I'm still pretty happy about how it all turned out. I'm so thankful for all of you guys and the boys, and I'm just happy. So I'll see you guys soon. I have a new video coming Friday with a special guest, which is pretty cool. So I'll see you guys Friday. I love you guys so much. Have a great day. Stay strong. Keep going.
Into